My name is Roda Auni, the coordinator, Student Career Services Department. And I want to say that we are all blessed parcel of this great function. You are here in your 4 or 3 or 2 years session as a student to your career. And your journey did not begin here. Your journey began in the basic education, because you know, and I know, that you had a great foundation in terms of career paths. And the reality of you living your career is just being actualized in this great institution. And so I am so grateful that our management was able to allow us have such a function. And you're part and parcel of making history today as you get an opportunity for exposure. We are seated here pursuing different career paths. But at the end of the day, in your mind, there are some questions that could replicate themselves in any other young person's mind. You're asking yourself, is this really what I wanted to pursue? And even when you reassure yourself that it is, you're asking yourself, am I good enough as I pursue this particular career? Am I doing everything that is necessarily possible and enriching as I pursue this particular career path? You could be asking yourself, am I able to get career stamina? You could be asking yourself, what is it that I'm doing different, or I am doing that other people are doing, pursuing this career in the other universities and in the other sections in the world? You could be asking yourself, what is it that I need to do even as I come to the close of my post-study? You could be asking yourself, when I finally get out of Kisii University, then what? Will I be able to actualize my life in the career path that I've taken? Will this career path make sense at the end of the day? And these are the questions that young people keep asking themselves each and every day. Wake up and go to class, go through your courses, but at the end of the day, you know that there must be a goal. And as you focus on this goal, then you must be able to prepare yourself to realize that particular dream that you have been holding all this time. And I am glad to be associated with this, because then, among the many other experiences and exposure opportunities, this is adding to it. That when we talk about leveraging on technology for career advancement, then we are saying we are the today children. We are the today young men and women. And as we operate in these days of technology, then how is it that we can be able to use this technology, to take advantage of technology, to be able to better our career paths and to open your mind to understand all that you'll be taken through today. I want to encourage you to take advantage, to be able to get network, because you need networking if you are ever going to be successful in careers, I want to encourage you to take advantage of some of the experiences you'll have today. And it will not just stop there. At the end of the day, we want to encourage you to practice what you're going to learn today. Thank God that the career office in the university, together with the Office of the Student Affairs, together with your departments, are more than willing to help you work in this. And maybe some of the questions I'll be asking you young scholars. Number one, and you can write this down, you will reflect it maybe even at night. Are you pursuing a career path that you're comfortable in? Number two, do you have mentors? Do you have a mentor? Do you have mentors in career path? I know we could have social mentors. I know some of us here have spiritual mentors. But what about career mentors? Do you have a career mentor? And sometimes not just a career mentor that is a role model. You know, there's a difference between a role model and a career mentor. A mentor. A role model could be anybody. You could read about him or her even online. I can have Obama, the former president of the US, as my role model and just read about him. But when it comes to mentorship, you must have a relationship. You must be able to sit down with your mentor, communicate. You must be able to work with your mentor. You can even present your goals to the mentor and say, this is what I think, and this is where I want to go. How can I reach this particular point? So do you have a career mentor? Sometimes young people like you finally finish the university, and when you go out there for internship and sometimes the work opportunities, that is when you want to call back and even get a referee. Now, do you have a connection with some of the lecturers, some of the coordinators of the departments which you belong to? These are your immediate mentors. But notwithstanding, you could also get a mentor from elsewhere because we belong to this great nation, and you can have a mentor in a different organization or in a different institution. So do you have a career mentor? Number three question I want to ask us, young ladies and gentlemen, is that what is it that you are doing that will give you career stamina? Is there anything else you're pursuing? Is there anything else you're involved in that builds up to what you are doing in terms of your career growth? I know students who are doing para courses. Maybe somebody has decided that because I'm doing forensic science, I need to do some certificate in IT, some diploma in IT, because we are living in this current world whereby you do not even collect data or get some results and call somebody else to put that data in their computer. You are the same person who will do the same thing. So this is what I'm talking about. Some of us have already enrolled or we have done driving. Because if you are pursuing a course like sales and marketing, I do not expect that somebody is going to give me a driver. And so are you in that field? Some of us are even pursuing some even those ones who are pursuing education, and they're doing some diploma in human resource management. Because maybe one day I become a manager and I will be able to manage some people. So what is it that you're doing? Or are you just pursuing Bachelor of Science, Petroleum Chemistry, and that is it? Is there a way you can add some stamina to the course, to the career path which you are in? So are you in that particular process? Number 4 question, are you networking? Do you have career networks? Career networks could be peer networking. Peer networking is where I am in Kisii University in the School of Law, but I am networking with somebody in Kabarak University. Because at the end of the day, it is still Bachelor of Laws. I want to find out their experiences. I want to find out what they've been exposed to. I want to find out what is it that they learn day to day. So are you peer networking in terms of career? You can also do peer networking in terms of those students who are ahead of you. If I am in second year, first year, and third year, I can network with fourth years. I can also network with those that are outside, maybe their internship and their attachment and they are already at work. I can do networking. And these summits give you the opportunity to network inside here. And I want to encourage us to keep these relationships, because it is only when I am at station B as a student of information science who has graduated, and now I have some internship program, it's only at that particular station that I will know that they will be needing somebody else to do this. And I'll quickly go back to my social network and say, come on, guys, there is an opportunity here. And I'm about to go back for master's and I want to leave this particular organization. I'm working at Huawei, doing computer science, for example. And I'm saying I'm going back for master's. They will be needing somebody. Would you kindly send in your request, your employment requests? And so we need to network. But I want to encourage us also to begin to network organizations, institutions, and companies that are related to what we are pursuing. Ladies and gentlemen, there are a lot of people who pursue things they never get to actualize. And that does not mean that as you pursue your degree, you must finally just end up into a job that is directly connected to what you're doing. But sometimes it will be very important for you to ask yourself, so what? 4 years I am pursuing, for example, actuarial science. And when I finish, I am going to work in an M-Pesa shop. Does not connect. And so you need to ask yourself, how do I get there? And that can be done through networking. Do not wait until you finish for you to begin networking with the organization. What is the worst that can happen? There are only two answers, yes or no. And so begin to find out what organizations, what companies, what institutions you can begin to network with. The next question, I don't know if it's question number 5. Is it number 5? Number 5? Hello? Question number 5. I want you to ask yourself, what exposure have you received so far? And how can you receive exposure? Number 1, you can receive exposure through volunteer program. Some of us have an opportunity to be able to get some exposure while you're on holiday. But you can also get exposure while you're a student. I've met some of you who are already doing some here and there on or in connection to what you're pursuing. You can get exposure by volunteering. When you volunteer, you learn. It's a time for experience. Take advantage of any time that you are not in class, and you can begin to get exposure. I wouldn't mind a student who is pursuing criminology and security studies. I wouldn't mind a student who is pursuing sociology taking upon herself or himself to volunteer, for example, at the probation office, at the judiciary, at the children department, at the gender office in Kisii County, Kisii Town. Because these are places which you can easily reach. You can go to class, and after class, you can walk to town, to the probation office, say, here I am, I want to volunteer. I want to volunteer. And so you can be able to get exposure. Are you exposed in your career path? There's so much time that sometimes we have, depending on the courses that we are pursuing, and we can get a lot of exposure and experience. Do not wait for graduation. How are you exposed? And finally, ladies and gentlemen, the last question that I want to ask you, you know, we're talking about technology, and all of us are holding our phones, or they're just next to us somewhere in the pocket or something. Are we able to brand ourselves? Are we a brand? These are questions I want to ask yourself. Am I a brand? Am I needed? You know, where there is a demand, there is a market. And where there is a market, there must be a demand. How do I make myself to be on demand? That if I am not doing this thing, then there's something, some gap. And because I am doing it, then there is no gap. And you can be able to ask yourself this. A lot of us are already entrepreneurs. If you're not one, ask yourself, when will I ever become one? The world I am living in and you are living in today, sons and daughters, does not require one job. You cannot survive on one job. And this is an opportunity as a student for 4 years, for 3 years, for 2 years, to be able to pursue, examine, assess, soul search, and see what else can I do. I don't believe in people who can only do one thing. And if not that, then they can't do another thing. I believe that we are talented. I believe that we are gifted differently. And did you know something? There's never a better place to realize this gift and talent than in this university. You can be able to think about this. Can you wake up your entrepreneurship skills? Some of these skills and gifts that are God-given. You can be in the school of business, pursuing BCom, but you can be a very good artist. And you can draw, and you can paint, and you can sell. You can be in the school of education, but then you can also be exemplary in terms of even other forms of art. Some of us can do business. Some of us can begin companies. And as young as you are, you can come together and begin a company, register one, and begin looking for business out there. And so you can do so much. Are you a brand? If you are not there today, can people fill a gap? Can you make yourself on demand? Because when they say this, when people are sitting, you need to stand up. When people are standing up, you need to be outstanding. And the world is looking for only outstanding people. Only the people that do not need to wait. They have to begin today. And so as we go through this particular session, I want you to know that we are blessed to have our guests with us, and we are going to learn a lot. But I also want to remind us, take advantage of the student career services that is around. And in brief, as I finish, we offer varied services. I normally want to repeat this to you, much as you know the services we offer. Do not just come there for clearance. When you come there for clearance, ask yourself, was this useful to me? I want to ask you that advantage of services there. Number one, we offer career guidance. Maybe you're feeling you don't know what, or maybe you're feeling you don't know what organizations to network with. We have all the information, but we have connections. If you come to me and you want some connections with the School of Science, maybe you're pursuing forensic science, I know who to call there. If you come to me and you're pursuing law, I don't lecture law, but I know who to call to connect you and to mentor you. And so we offer career guidance. Sometimes some of us feel a little bit of anxiety about the grades that we have, anxiety about the careers that we have chosen. So we offer career counseling. This is a therapeutic relationship whereby we try as much as possible to help you either cope or find solutions to some of the things that are disturbing you, career related. But besides that, like I said, we help you in terms of mentorship, networking. We offer services that have to do with preparing you for the jobs or for employment. We know that some of us are already going to be employers, but also there are people who are going to be employees. So how do you get to these particular companies? We offer mock interviews. We have done that in the past. And even this particular semester, we're organizing one for the School of Information Science and Technology. We will be training some of you to be ambassadors in the second, third week of December. preparing you in simple matters. For example, as we teach you, we want you to teach out there. Confirm with somebody. Can you do a CV? Can your CV be used to make or to fit in another job? Or you have one stagnant CV, if not for this job, then it cannot work elsewhere. Teach you how to do cover-up letters. We teach you how to be able to connect with your mentors, the referees and people like that. So we offer that. And so you will begin to understand that if you have not utilized any of our services, then why are you here? Take advantage of the career office and take advantage of being able to create this career stamina for a better future. I want to wish you well, and I want to ask you to enjoy the day. At this particular juncture, allow me to invite the Dean of Students, Dr. Gladys Osoro, to come and open this particular function. God bless you.